What's up, Scyushi Squad? Today we are finally starting the series of Genshin Impact. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, but Scyushi, you were, I know I said my name wrong. Scyushi, you were already playing Genshin Impact. I was playing on the Chinese open beta, okay? I cheated my way in so that we could end up playing it early, kind of checking it out. I wasn't completely sold on the game at that point, all right? But now I am super duper hyped about it. I already had another video kind of highlighting the do's and don'ts. This is the big reason why everybody's excited about this game. First and foremost, it's completely free. This game has already launched. It takes a long time to download. I literally had to download it overnight. But it's going to be free on PC, mobile devices, PS4, and it's coming at a later date on Nintendo Switch. It's already out now. Okay, I wanted to show you guys the title screen here just because I wanted to let you know that I am on the American server. You can choose a couple different options, but let's just say you're European. If you want to end up playing with me at some point, you'd probably have to be on the American server, which it doesn't really matter too much because this game isn't exactly an MMO. You kind of just can play like with 4 people, and your best odds of getting a hold of me so that we can play together is to join my Discord and stuff like that. Anyways, let's get into it, gamer. There's a lot of promotional stuff and benefits that you can get by just playing the game, but we'll get into those in a little bit. Okay, because first we got the starting cutscene.
What you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world?
I wasn't interested in the story at all on the Chinese server, so I'm interested to actually check it out now
even go on to the next
and
world.
be fully invested in the experience.
Was blocked by some unknown god?
The voice work is not the best.
Outlanders, your journey ends here.
Whoa. God, I love the music though.
Sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
So we are either of these characters. Oh man, they got cool wings. I hope you get those later in the game. Hot damn. There's gliders in the game in the form of wings, because this game's basically Zelda Breath of the Wild with full-on open world exploration and stuff. And here it is. Oh, that's so cool, dude. I love that. So basically, pick your starting character, boy or girl. I'm a boy, so let's just go with that. Scyushi, of course. I'm gonna be using controller. It's just we have to get into the game before I can change it. God, this game looks so good. Oh no, she got transformed into Trove. The production is insane, by the way. Like, good God.
Don't go! Give my sister back!
I don't know what our characters are. I don't know why we are a living god, but whatever.
And just like that, the god took away my sister.
I thought this was a tooltip.
Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here.
You think I could do a better job of the voice acting? I don't know. So while we used to travel world to... Okay, I already am.
How many years ago
clearly
was it?
Better.
I don't know. But I intend to find out. When I woke, I was all alone. Until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So
I hate
Paimon will
Paimon.
do her best to be a great guide.
Like, I really just want to
We should head off. Let's get going.
roast her on the barbecue or something. Probably delicious. You need to pick the meat right off the bone. Okay, so yeah, look at this game. It's absolutely beautiful and astonishing. Let's change our controls here. Oh, I gotta turn my controller on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then for some reason, so this game doesn't, I don't know why this game doesn't have options for, I think that's what I used for my controls on the Chinese server. It doesn't seem to have options to customize all of your keys, which kind of sucks. I don't know why. don't need VSync. I'm not a loser. But it kind of sucks because the fact is that as far as using a controller is concerned, it's like the controls themselves are kind of reversed. So I'm literally pressing B to accept instead of A, which doesn't make much sense to people that don't use a controller, but there we go. That's looking much better. Okay, so and then to move the camera out, we gotta press other weird buttons and stuff like that. I'm gonna be using a controller, so it's very different than what you guys might be experiencing if you're playing on mouse and keyboard or just on mobile devices. Hello, stupid. Oh, whoops, I gotta remember my buttons. The thing is, this game reminds me so much of Breath of the Wild that I even accidentally pressed the Breath of the Wild buttons. Like, I really gotta get used to it, dude. But it's so cool, dude. Like, this game is free. Like, crazy. So there we just got a fast travel point, basically. And the cool thing is because it's like Breath of the Wild, like, I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, look at this. It's Breath of the Wild. You can climb things. It's crazy. So another thing I do want to mention, guys, is that most of this series will more than likely end up being, like, I'll probably be live streaming most of this game. Just for right now, I wanted to have the first episode, kind of the introductory episode where I talk about a lot of stuff that's going on with the game.
And depleted stamina takes time to recover.
Just kind of take the opportunity to explain things. Shut up, Paimon!
We're off to a statue of the seven.
That's cool. You know there's like a hidden waterfall secret somewhere. I could probably climb that too. Kind of low-key want to, even though they probably don't want us to, but whatever, that's cool. But you can climb literally everything, dude. You can climb the trees and stuff. We're just gathering all these fruits, which we can use for cooking. Like, basically, this game rips off Breath of the Wild and does it, like, so well. It's awesome. Like, I really love it. It's like I would call it a Breath of the Wild in HD, just because the graphics are clearly better. And, just an overall awesome game. Like, I loved the experience that I had on the Chinese server. Okay. I want to talk about the benefits that we can end up getting too, because there's lots of stuff that's going on for a limited time. Look at this game, dude.
It's a statue of the seven. There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the seven's protection over the world. Among the seven gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the Anemo god, but Paimon will take you to the Anemo god's place first, and there's the reason why.
So, these statues, basically, you will use them kind of the same as the statues in Breath of the Wild.
Poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your sister. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So
okay, shut up, Paimon! Seriously! Okay, that's enough now. Let me capture this little creature. So, you will use these statues, maybe not necessarily this one. I think we get to one a little bit later. But this will be where we increase our stamina and stuff like that. Oh, I keep forgetting I can sprint as well.
You can swim right over.
God, it looks good. I'm so excited that this game's actually out for the English servers, dude. Because now I can actually, like, get invested into it and everything, you know? And the story, I mean, I was skipping it on the China server, but it didn't seem like it was awful. I don't typically care for story as much, but that heartbeat too, like, it's just totally Link, wake up and fight the calamity. The map is ginormous, by the way, and apparently the freaks that are making this game are planning to make like 7 different zones. Yeah, and this is all just one. And believe you me, it just keeps on going and going and going, dude. Like, my God.
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world?
Yeah, sure.
Seems all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of Anemo. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you.
Nah, that can't be good.
It's a bit rude to say that about the power the gods just gave you. If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom. Mondstadt is the city of wind because they worship the god of Anemo. So perhaps, because you got power from the god of Anemo, you can find some clues there. There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister. Let's move then. The elements in this world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
You know what I think's a lovely sign, Paimon? Oh, come on, please. Let me actually... I can see a floating island over in the distance over there, and I'm really excited about it. So basically, we just got the element of wind. They call it Anemo in this game. They rename, like, a lot of the different elemental abilities. But basically, like, this guy's got wind. We get different effects, so we can shoot tornadoes and whatever, like if we do our ultimate attack. The thing that you may have noticed...
powers you got from the Statue of the Seven.
Oh my god.
Oh, Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
The thing you might have noticed is when we used our ultimate ability there, which you guys slowly build up by fighting, when we threw the tornado out, it actually took the elemental effect from those enemies, and we had a fire tornado going on. You also saw that the grass is a little bit singed because, and I'm going to reference Breath of the Wild a lot, okay, guys? Just because there are so many elements that this game rips from it. And I mean that in the best way possible, because Breath of the Wild is one of my favorite games in existence. But basically, in Breath of the Wild, you could like set the grass on fire and you could use it to create a wind turbine so that you could float up into the air with your glider and stuff like that. This game has so much more to it than that, because with Breath of the Wild, it focused on a couple elements and it did it very well. Whereas with this game, there is so many different elements. Like, it just keeps going and going and going and going. The further you get into the game, the more elements you end up seeing. Get over here. Oh my god.
Wow, what is that? There's something huge in the sky.
Yeah, I literally just saw it, Paimon. Shut up.
Towards the heart of the forest. We
Shut
must
up.
proceed with caution.
Shut up, Paimon. Point is, wind will carry over elemental effects. If an enemy is standing in water or gets hit with a water ability, they'll become wet, and then you can hit them with electricity. They'll get shocked and start spreading shock between the other enemies. Or if you set them on fire, they'll end up kind of getting, like, steam, I guess, and it makes them more vulnerable to certain attacks. There's just so many different combinations of attacks, you know? Bokoblins! Alright, let's invade this Bokoblin camp, because we're totally playing Breath of the Wild here. Look at this psycho. Look at this psycho. Ow! Okay, I didn't do very good there. I like the fact, too, like, you can actually knock the enemies away with most of the abilities as well. I'm not very good, but I do, like, really love the combat system. I'm not very good with this guy, I should say, because the cool thing about this game is there's so many different characters. See, right now we have the burning effect, so if we got hit with electricity, it would cause an explosive effect, and it would do AoE to myself, and if there was other people around with me. Just cool little things like that. But anyway, we beat the camp, so now we get some of the supplies, and the exploration is just insane in this game. Like, I love it. Secret chest. But there's all these different weapons because there's all these different characters, and you'll end up unlocking a bunch of them through the main story, some of them through certain side quests, and more importantly, you're going to be unlocking most of them through the gacha system. So for those of you that don't know, because this is a mobile game, it has a gacha. So gacha is literally just kind of a slot machine type of system. So quite literally, we will spend money for a chance to unlock certain characters. And which character you unlock in itself is going to end up being very, very random. I guess... Oh, it doesn't actually let me see that right now. So we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later in the video. But I think it's really cool. And the fact that this game... let me try and hit him with a big power blast. The fact that this game is actually originating from China means that we actually get to see all of the percentages of the drop rates, because in China, they legally have to say what the percentages are for drop rates, just, I guess, because of I don't know. It's just kind of how the country works type of thing, right? So you can very easily calculate your odds and figure out like, okay, well, how much money am I going to have to spend essentially to end up getting the items that I want, right? But there's lots of other games that this game refers to. You know, I've referenced Breath of the Wild a lot because obviously it's the most apparent. But then with this dragon, this is an example of Monster Hunter type of things where you'll get to fight these gigantic creatures that you can find out in the open world. This one in particular is related to story though.
Talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
Game looks so good, dude. Whoa, he fast traveled. I'm excited to see what the big old boss fights are gonna be like that dragon and stuff, because there's a couple scenes that we'll get to today that are just really epic.
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away.
Okay.
Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
Good thing you didn't pull my hair out.
Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten. It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Is talking to dragons normal?
Of course not.
Yeah, that's a dumb question.
Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look.
Okay.
Be careful. Paimon doesn't have a good feeling about this.
That's okay. I'm literally just grabbing butterflies and eating them out of, like, the air, so it's fine, Paimon.
Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is.
It's a dragon's tear.
All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now.
Or a dragon's dropping.
Okay, we've got it. Now let's get out of here.
Okay, cool. I should also be looking at this menu just because it's giving us lots of tips here and there. So elemental orbs and elemental particles to replenish energy. Dealing elemental damage, defeating enemies, or performing other actions also might generate elemental orbs. So basically just, yeah, fighting gets us to charge our magic abilities and stuff like that. Yeah, there's so much different stuff to this game, dude. It's really, really, like, I can't stress enough how excited I am about this game, you guys. Especially to have it on the channel. Like, I hope you guys and gals are as excited as I am. And because this is probably going to end up being a pretty big series on the channel, I figured, like, anytime I end up getting, like, new characters and stuff, I could do, like, maybe quick tutorials of, here's this character's abilities and stuff. Because I'm definitely going to invest in the gacha system a little bit. She's beautiful. Okay. First party member, here we go.
May the Anemo god protect you, stranger.
The anime god?
I am Amber, outrider for the Knights of Favonius. You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
We're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say.
Why are you even here in the wilderness and, like, talking to me?
Doesn't sound like a local name to me.
That's not what I said.
And this mascot, what's the deal with it?
Emergency food. Yes!
Hey, that's even worse than being a mascot.
I mean, that's what I referenced to you earlier, your barbecue.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, look, there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible.
What about me being a troublemaker? I literally
It's
saw
not
the
far
dragon.
from here. I'll escort you there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet.
That's a rude way to speak to guests. I mean, I'm suspicious of her.
I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight. I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
That sounded so fake.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius handbook? Leave it to me.
I mean, it's a little cringe, but it's not awful. Okay, so now we can play as her, and she is, she's the archer character. There are other archers, but...
What are you doing in Mondstadt?
He got separated from his sister during a really, really long journey. Paimon is his travel buddy, helping him to find his sister.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh.
Well, that was pretty easy to convince her.
Okay, let me finish finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
What exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
All right, so anyways, here's a prime example of, we actually, like, there was vines around that treasure chest because we had to set them on fire, similar to Breath of the Wild, so that we could access the treasure. We didn't technically have to fight the enemies. There is going to be a lot of chests that will be locked behind, like, defeat a bunch of enemies. And then you can access the... Oh, whoopsie daisy. They want us to go over here. Yeah, sorry. I should be paying attention to the map. That little icon right there in the middle of my screen, that's actually one of the dungeons. So I should mention that once you end up getting to... I think it's adventure rank 16. That's when you end up unlocking the ability to play multiplayer. And you can play 4 players through dungeons or even just exploring the open world. For the most part, you're going to be following the host around. No, that's a Bokoblin. Thank you very much. And the point is that adventure rank is something that is separate from your character rank. So another thing, too, that I'm hoping to do here, except I'm not good enough. I mean, at least headshots do count. But if I was good enough, I could actually set this guy's weapon on fire. Because it's made out of wood. So there'll be enemies a little bit later that we might not get to see today that will have, like, wooden shields, and we can end up setting their shields on fire. Headshots do seem to count, though. I'm surprised. I didn't know that they did. Whoops. Okay. I mean, they obviously really want us to be using this chick, even though she's not really the strongest right now. Hiya! Especially because our wind blast is literally like a shotgun. Hey, stupid. You just gonna stand there like an idiot? Okay. The thing is, with all these different elemental attacks and abilities that I keep mentioning, the enemies can do it all too. So an archer might set you on fire so that another archer with electricity might do an AoE explosion effect on you.
I've gotta say, you surprised me a little with your moves there. Thanks for the backup. How'd it feel?
Barely broke a sweat.
Now that you mention it, how is it the Hilichurls ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the type to set up camp so close to cities like this.
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed, and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer. Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Okay, I mean, it was kind of weird that you just lured us out here to fight these things for you, but whatever. At least we got treasure out of it. Is this a fire that we can actually light up? Yes! See, that's why I like this game. It's just got, like, cool little things like that, man. So many, like, nice little details. Okay, so now they want us to just head back into the city. She eventually gives us the glider, so we can kind of literally jump into the air and glide around. But one thing I do definitely want to mention, like, maybe for today we'll do a shorter video, just because it's kind of an introduction.
No, we just happen to be passing
Okay,
by.
they do want us to do cooking.
What are you cooking?
But I do want to mention the event information and everything that's going on. Okay, whoopsie daisy. Yeah, so this is the cooking system, which literally takes resources that you find from out in the world. Let's see, we can start her quest.
Next. Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happen to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers.
Wow, she just ignored her.
I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon just loves picnics!
She didn't say anything about
My
picnic.
travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
That's right, I love cooking.
There's a cooking pot right there. Show me what you got. It's good to have someone to practice with. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
Oh god, no, it sounds delicious. So the cooking is going to be similar to Breath of the Wild as well, where literally you cook items to end up getting various benefits. So you can see with this, restores 8 to 10% of max HP and an additional 800 to 1200 HP to the selected character. So I guess it just heals everybody. I don't know. But anyways, the cooking is just this. I think it could end up being pretty cool the further you get into it. Whoopsie daisy. I didn't mean to do that, but whatever. There is also fishing. I haven't messed with that just yet, because I never unlocked it, even on the China server, so I think that's all she wanted me to do, right? There we go.
Is it done? Let me try.
Uh-oh.
You just stole my meal.
The taste is hard to describe. A borderline pass.
Why? Because I messed one up? You ate the... Oh! Shh, because we gave her the bad one.
What? He could do better. That doesn't count.
You have great potential. All you need is more practice. Oh, I've got some raw ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
Okay, thank you for the info. Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
No, you don't need to eat. The cool thing is that the game has options of, like, if you 100% don't want to get invested in the cooking and gathering recipes and stuff like that, there's the more expensive alternative of just buying the ingredients and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool that they have that option. So you know what? I think that maybe we'll call it here. I know that we could just keep going, but there is the event information that I want to end up tackling. And I gotta get this video out to you guys pretty much as soon as possible. Like I said, the rest of this series more than likely is gonna be a live stream, so I'll just be streaming it here or there, and then once those videos process, you'll see them on YouTube for public consumption. But in the meantime, let me pull up the information for the event right here so you guys can check out all the goodies that you can get for free for, you know, a limited time. All right, so if you guys happen to be signed up and pre-registered, you should have already gotten this email, but basically there's going to be the beginner's wish, which the wishes is the gacha system. So again, we don't have those unlocked right now, but basically you would open it up and then it would end up costing a certain item in order to end up doing a roll, and then you have a random chance of if you end up getting like good gear, good weapons, or characters out of it. But there is going to be this starter pack, kind of the beginner's wish. So 10 wish sets are 20% off. So you get 20% off your first 10, I guess. And your first 10 wish set is guaranteed to include the 4-star character Noelle. Now, I have gameplay of her over on the China server already. She's basically a great-handed sword character that has a barrier and stuff, and it is a pretty cool character. I'll probably end up, like I said, I'll have videos that will focus on individual characters, but I'll do those a little bit once we get a little bit more knowledgeable about the game, because I'm still kind of learning it all, right? Then there's also going to be in the People's Choice Spiral Abyss event, complete Floor 3, Chamber 3 to win the 4-star character Zhang Ling. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. This character you can end up getting out of the wishes as well, but the point is that you will end up getting her for free if you end up just getting to this dungeon and chamber, which we're not at that yet. That'll end up coming later. But as far as I know, I think you gotta be level 20 to be able to take it on or something. I'm not exactly sure. And then log in after servers go online to claim the special stylized winged glider, Wings of the Champion. Thank you, traveling partner. So basically, the glider that I mentioned that we haven't gotten in today's episode, I'm sorry. I thought we would be a little bit further than we are now, but it just took up so much time wandering around and stuff. But basically, the glider itself, like, you'll jump in the air and then you can glide so long as you have stamina, and this is just going to end up being a vanity set of wings you get just as soon as you log into the game. So from the game's release on the 28th of September, blah, 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 until version 1.1 comes out. So you're going to want to rush this one as quick as possible. So by creating a character, you're going to get 10 Aquaint Fate. That's the wish item. So Aquaint Fate is literally the item that you use in order to play the gacha system. So by having 10 of these, you can have 10 rolls. So you could literally use those to end up getting Noelle if you wanted to, but that's only a 4-star character rather than they go up to 5-star. Yeah. So if you reach Adventure Rank 7, Adventure Ranks are separate from your character level, okay? So as you're playing through the game and unlocking stuff and progressing the story and everything, you're going to end up gaining XP towards your Adventure Rank. But once you get to Adventure Rank 7, it's easy enough, you can get in like an hour or two, you'll end up getting 1,600 Prima Gems. Now, Prima Gems are actually the pay-to-win currency, as far as I know. Or there's one gem that you'll get that is a mediary to buy a different type of gem, and then you can use that gem to literally buy gear and pay to win your way to leveling up your characters and stuff. I wouldn't recommend. Or you can spend the Prima Gems to get Aquaint Fate. I think there's like 3 different items involved just so that you can end up getting the Aquaint Fate, which ultimately is for the gacha system, which is probably the best thing to spend your money on just because all the characters are so unique and cool and stuff. But anyways, then by getting to rank 10, you will get another 10 Aquaint Fate. 1,600 Prima Gems should buy you 10 Aquaint Fate, so quite literally, this will be 20. Right? So you should be, or 30, I mean, sorry. So you should be able to get 30 wishes. That's what they call the random dice roll. So from September 28th to October 10th, the 4-star weapons and artifacts won from the Get Ready for the Road web event can be exchanged for in-game items. Now this, unfortunately, I didn't get you guys prepared for this. I did in my Discord, but I didn't mention it on the channel. There was basically a scratch card thing that they had on their website, and you could win items daily. And basically what they're saying is you have to, like, the event is done. Excuse me. The event is done. You have to exchange those items onto your account before October 10th. Otherwise, they're just going to end up deleting. So just be aware of that. Get double the Genesis crystals for your first top-up of any amount on the crystal top-up page. There, so Genesis crystals turn into Prima Gems, which can end up turning into Aquaint Fate, or you can spend the Prima Gems on like in-game items, as far as I know, or something. But basically, this is going to end up being the one cash shop item you'll buy, and get double the amount for your first top-up only. So this is something that I would say is very, very important to keep in mind. How long are you going to play this game? How much money do you have versus how much money do you want to spend on this game? How much money do you intend to spend on this game? My point being, you will get double the amount for your first purchase only. So basically, if you buy their most expensive pack, which is 100 US, I'm just using that as an example. It's quite expensive. But with that, you're basically getting a $200 value versus if you buy their $10 pack, you're only really getting a $20 value, which is still worthwhile, but I'm just saying to keep that in mind, okay? I more than likely will probably buy one of the big boy starter packs, and then I don't know. It depends how popular this series is on the channel, how much I can bother to invest in the game. You know, obviously, if the series is more popular, and then I can invest a little bit more, it means that I could potentially show you guys a lot more interesting videos with more characters and stuff. But it all depends on what happens. It's the YouTube algorithm, right? So reach Adventure Rank 10 to get the 4-star prototype Rancor or whatever, it's some type of a sword, and then complete all experience investigations in chapter 4 of the Adventurer's Handbook to get a 4-star Catalyst prototype. So the Catalyst prototype is a book item, this is basically the weapon that the mage characters will end up using. So again, something that we didn't end up seeing in the game just yet, but the Adventurer Handbook is literally going to be a book that you'll open up with your hotbar in the game that will show you complete specific objectives, and then you end up ranking up. So it might be like, gather a bunch of plants, go complete this dungeon, whatever. You basically have to complete a bunch of tasks, then you'll complete it, complete that chapter, I guess, and then you'll get a bunch of items for it and everything as well. So the other thing too is that in-game, there's going to be a lot of things you want to keep in mind. So your achievements, for example, as you end up unlocking more and more achievements, you can see that you are getting different items. So Prima Gem, again, we can exchange those for wish items. There's also going to end up being a lot of other cash shop options in this game. There is a form of, let's call it patron, similar to, you know, Trove has patron as well. Basically, you'll be spending $5 every month and you'll get like 2,000 Prima Gems or something. It's actually a really good value, but the point is that you have to log in every day in order to get those, and you can have it to a maximum of like 180 days or something. I don't know. You guys can check that out if you want. But anyways, you can see 3 million pre-registration milestone awarded, so we can just end up claiming all these. We got some Aquaint Fate out of it. And then with this, we ended up getting, you know, our Wings of the Champion, the Adventurer's Experience. This is quite literally it's an experience item to level up characters and level up weapons and stuff. You can get characters to level 20, and then you'll have to ascend them with specific items, and then you can level them up again until you get to the next ascension. I would recommend, just based on what I've heard from others, that you probably want to be very careful with which character you bother investing in, because it's pretty cheap at first, but later in the game it'll get more and more expensive. Don't quote me on this, just because somebody said it in passing when I was doing a stream at one point. I think adventure level can get up to, oh god, what did they say? I think adventure level can get up to 60 or 70, and then character level can get up to like 70 or 90 or something. I'm not exactly sure on the numbers, but just to show you that this is a game. Like, it goes full on, and you want to be careful which characters you end up investing in, just because you don't want to end up wasting all your resources on a character that you don't want to ultimately end up using in the long run. All right, let's check our notices right here. Okay, yeah, this is going to end up being like cash shop junk, and yeah, and then there's these events going on and blah blah blah. There's a bunch of daily login junk as well. Anyways, you guys can check all that out yourselves, because this game is absolutely free. It took me all night to download it, otherwise I would have done a video yesterday, and then otherwise, more than likely, after this video, you'll see me start to set up to do a stream later today, and then we can end up playing for a lot longer and a lot further. Either way, thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Really excited about this game, guys. Like, seriously, I highly recommend you check it out, and it's free, so why wouldn't you? Bye, gamers. Stay epic.